What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the build. Working on the Donnie Allison Torino. This is the Polar Lights kit that I've been working on, and it's starting to come along. We've gotten a lot of lot done today. It's a snowy day here in Georgia, and we have really been able to take a lot of time on this one. The last time you seen it, we were pretty much, at this point right here. But I've kind of worked on some of the finishing out the frame. All the roll cage is in. Everything is glued in. Got everything. There was a couple of divots right in here as far as injector pin, and right here and right here. We got those filled in. Everything's smoothed up. Another thing that we were able to accomplish this week was getting this firewall fitment right down through here. Everything is pretty much sanded smooth. Got it filled in, put it in. There was a couple of don't know if everybody can see that, but there's a bad injector pin right here, one right here in the center, kinda, and one right here on the passenger side, right around in that area. Had a little bit of fitment issues between the firewall and down here on the where this floor pan comes up and wraps into the firewall. Had a big gap right here in the transmission tunnel area. Got that sanded in, glued in, then sanded in, and we got it puttied in. It fits pretty well now. Took the sanding stick, got everything sanded in here. Got the mole lines out of most of the cage along this outer right here. Got let's see what else. Really, that's about all the fitment issues that I had so far with this. But took the made sure I got the sanding sticks, got all these molding lines out of the tubing right here. Other than that, that came along pretty good. The one thing, and I tell y'all what, if any of you that build the Polar Light Torino kit, be ready. And I'm gonna tell you this: this is not for the this type of doing this is not for the faint of heart. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, I would suggest not to do it. One of the things I was actually with a Polar Light kit, this fender line that goes right in here, as far as the top of that fender, it had the molding process. It creates an upward, looks kind of like the bottom of a horseshoe. It really sucks. So I was kind of tossed on the fence about how to get that out. Talked with a lot of folks in the community about how they remedied it. It varied anywhere from cutting a relief cut right here, taking boiling some water, warm water, and dipping it the front end down in there and trying to form it. Talked to a lot of people. Some people's had success with it, some haven't. I did, however, I try to listen to what everybody's input in the community of what to do. I watched Mark Batson's channel, Hobby Dude 007. If you're not subscribed to him, get subscribed to him. Mark has a great tip. He's built a lot of these Torino Polar Light kits, and each one of them has the same problem. It's got that bend. He shows you how to remedy this particular problem with this kit, and it's relatively very easy. Basically, he, of course, says that you need to cut the relief with a razor saw right here between this inner fender, all the way up to, don't penetrate into the top of this fender, but this inner fender line, you cut it right into here and right into here. Once you do that, then you take tape and masking tape, and you mask off this line starting right here all the way down, and you just do make your mark. Your first mark's going to be right here. Then you take another masking tape and you mark from right here down to this center line of the this body line. You might mask all the way down to it, then you draw a line down through here and duplicate it the same way on this right in here. Once you get that line established, take a razor saw, and that's what I did. I took one of my razor saws, and I just followed that cut, or I followed the line all the way up into here, and then I cut it all the way to where it didn't actually penetrate into the top of the fender, this fender line here, but it just basically left a thin gap. And your the kerf, as far as the thickness of this the thickness of the saw is what's left, and it's enough to where once you cut it on both sides, cut you some little filler strips. And this is what I did. I just took some extra styrene out of the evergreen packs that I have, cut a little bitty, probably, this is probably about I wouldn't even say a quarter of an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch, but a quarter of an inch by about 3/4 of an inch long. And you will end up, what you'll do is you'll push down, you'll glue that curve for the what you cut out right there. You glue it with just regular, take your Tamiya thin and run your bead down through there, and then come behind here with some, use this as a means of taking, giving it some extra support. And you'll use actually CA glue to put this reinforcement piece right in there. Take you some kicker, and bam, you're good right there. Let it dry overnight, come back, and then you fill in with some good putty. Sand it first just a little bit to kind of take that edge off, then fill it in with some putty, and you've got as you can see, there is not that body line. You can see how the top of this body line is curved downward now. And also the hood fits much nicer now. It doesn't slide off this way due to the upward angle of that fender line. So that's really that's where I'm at right now. I've been cutting parts out. I'm gonna use the 429 block out of this. I got all the parts sitting over here I'm ready for paint. I am actually just ready and raring, ready to start painting this thing. Got the cage all finished up, and I'm going to possibly in the next few days maybe get this thing into some paint. Everything fits real nicely. I'm just tickled to death with how everything fit. But that's where we're at right now with it. Going to get some primer on this. Make sure that this where I did the filler with the body panel right here. Make sure the filler and everything's good and smooth. That way it doesn't show a cut line or anything like that. So that'll be coming probably in the next in the next video. Hopefully this thing will be in some pink primer. I'm going to prime it with the Tamiya pink because this car, the Donnie Allison car, was originally it's red. So I really want it to pop. So we'll be doing the pink primer behind that, doing the red on top of it. Hood's going to be a NATO black, which I'll do that here pretty soon as well. As far as the frame, I know a lot of some of the pictures that I've seen of this particular car, everything was kind of black in there. I can't bear myself to paint this thing, the interior, black on this thing. So I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to do like a kind of a dark, I wouldn't say dark, but I'm going to do a gray. Everything, roll cage, floor pan, even up under here is going to be gray. So I'll be getting, first I'm going to spray some primer on it. I'll do it, spray this with a white Tamiya primer, and then I may have some gray primer. Matter of fact, I may just do the gray primer if I have it. And then I'll come back with some gloss gray. And we'll get this thing all get it really cranked up and ready to get some decals on this thing. This has been an exciting little build for me. I haven't done a NASCAR since last year, but I haven't ever built one of the 70s era. I've got a lot of these kits in my stash now, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do this one for just to start the year off. Hopefully I'll have this one have this one done before we go to Jacksonville to JaxCon. If we do, if I do finish it, I'll bring it down there with me, and we'll put it on the table as well. But that's about where I'm at with the bill right now. I really appreciate everybody following this bill. And hopefully in the coming weeks, this thing will be in some color. Anyhow, folks, remember, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pepe out of here.